Ladies and gentlemen, let's be real for a second. Discomfort is something we try to avoid at all costs. It feels unnatural. It feels like we're being pushed beyond our limits, and we can't help but want to pull back. But here's the truth. Discomfort is the secret ingredient to growth. If you're living a life where everything is comfortable, where everything feels easy, where every decision and step forward is predictable and safe, then guess what? You're not growing, you're not evolving, you're staying stagnant. Growth doesn't come from comfort. Growth comes from pushing yourself into the unknown, stepping into situations where the outcome isn't guaranteed, and trying things that scare you. Growth comes from doing things that challenge you mentally, emotionally, physically. We spend so much of our lives avoiding discomfort. We avoid taking risks because it's uncomfortable. We avoid difficult conversations because they might make us uncomfortable. We avoid change because it's unfamiliar and, you guessed it, uncomfortable. But let me tell you something, discomfort is the birthplace of progress. It's where innovation happens. It's where breakthroughs occur. It's where you become who you were meant to be. Let's talk about the gym for a second. When you first start working out, it hurts. It burns, it's uncomfortable, but you push through it. And what happens? You get stronger, you get more capable, your muscles grow, your endurance increases, and you become the version of yourself that you once weren't. Now, think about life. It's the same. When you step out of your comfort zone, whether it's trying a new career, starting a business, moving to a new city, or taking on a personal challenge, you feel the discomfort. It feels scary, it feels hard. But if you can learn to sit with that discomfort, to embrace it and push through it, you will come out stronger on the other side. The best things in life never come from comfort zones. So stop avoiding discomfort. Start looking at it as a sign that you're on the right path. It means you're stretching your limits. It means you're growing, and it means you're closer to the person you are meant to be. Let's face it, discomfort is unavoidable. It's not something you can run from, no matter how hard you try. It shows up when you're faced with tough decisions, difficult tasks, and new challenges. But here's the thing. Discomfort isn't a roadblock. It's the spark that ignites change. When we talk about growth, we often envision it as a smooth, gradual process. The truth is, growth is messy, it's uncomfortable. You won't grow by staying in your safe little bubble. The moment you step out of that bubble and start doing things that challenge you, that stretch your limits, that's when the magic happens. That's when you start to evolve. Think about it, when you learn something new, it's always uncomfortable at first, whether it's learning a new skill, taking on a new job, or even navigating difficult life situations. There's always a period of adjustment. The discomfort of not knowing, the uncertainty of the outcome, and the frustration of making mistakes are all signs that you're pushing yourself beyond your previous limits. That discomfort is the sign that you're expanding. This is where growth happens, in the struggle. When you feel uncomfortable, it means you're working through something that will shape you into a better, stronger, and wiser version of yourself. The key is to lean into it, not run from it. Every bit of discomfort teaches you something valuable, whether it's resilience, patience, problem solving, or simply the realization that you're capable of more than you thought. If you're stuck in a place of comfort, you're essentially in a holding pattern. Nothing changes. But when you step into discomfort, you open the door to new opportunities. It's the point where you learn how far you can really go. It's the moment when you start to realize that the limits you once believed in don't even exist. They were just fears disguised as barriers. So don't shy away from discomfort. Embrace it. Know that every time you feel that unease, that tension, it means you're on the edge of something better. It means you're about to break through to the next level of who you are. And when you look back, you'll see that all the discomfort was worth it because it was the very thing that propelled you forward. Growth isn't something that happens without taking a leap. To grow, you have to take risks. It's that simple. But here's the catch. risk is uncomfortable, and that's why so many people shy away from it. They fear failure, they fear the unknown, they fear what might go wrong. But if you never take the leap, you'll never know how high you can fly. You see, growth happens at the edges of your comfort zone. The further you push yourself out of that zone, the more you'll discover about what you're capable of. But to push those boundaries, you have to risk something. You have to risk failure, risk rejection, risk falling short of your own expectations. And yes, sometimes you'll fail. But guess what? Failure isn't the end. It's part of the journey. It's a stepping stone, not a roadblock. The people who achieved the most in life aren't the ones who played it safe. They're the ones who took calculated risks, who dared to go beyond what they knew, who were willing to fail in order to learn and grow. They're the ones who didn't let fear hold them back. They took the risk of trying something new, starting something different, or embracing a challenge that felt bigger than them. And every time they fell, they got back up and tried again, because risk is where opportunity lives. Imagine a world where you only took actions that were guaranteed to succeed. You'd play it safe forever, never knowing what you were capable of. But real success is never guaranteed. It's about showing up, putting yourself out there, and risking failure for the chance to succeed. Without that risk, you don't get to experience the rewards. So take the risk, step into the unknown, start that business, ask for that promotion, change careers, pursue that dream. Even if it feels overwhelming, even if it feels like the odds are against you, take the risk anyway, because growth isn't about avoiding failure. It's about being willing to fail, learn, and grow stronger in the process. The risks you take today are the foundation of your growth tomorrow. Without them, you're just spinning your wheels, staying in the same place. But with them, you move forward, you expand, and you become the person you were always meant to be. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the risk and let growth find you along the way. When you feel discomfort creeping in, most people's instinct is to run in the opposite direction. We've all been there, right? The moment something feels hard, uncertain, or unfamiliar, our minds start screaming, "This isn't right, get out." But what if I told you that discomfort is the signal that opportunity is knocking? What if every time you feel that uneasy feeling, it's actually the universe telling you that something amazing is waiting on the other side? Discomfort means you're in the process of growth. It means you're stepping into unknown territory, which is exactly where progress happens. Think about the times when you felt stretched, whether it was pushing yourself to speak in public, taking on a new job role, or moving to a new place. The discomfort you felt wasn't a sign that you should stop. It was a signal that you were on the verge of something new, something that could elevate your life. When you embrace discomfort, you open yourself up to opportunity. Opportunities don't appear when everything is comfortable and familiar. Opportunities appear when you're willing to step into uncertainty, when you're willing to take on a challenge that feels too big, too scary, or too difficult. It's in that space, right on the edge of your comfort zone, where new possibilities are waiting for you. Take the gym, for example. The first time you push yourself past your limits, it's painful, it's uncomfortable, but that's where strength is built. That's where your muscles grow, your endurance improves, and your body transforms. In life, it works the same way. The moments that challenge you, that make you feel uncomfortable, are the moments that are shaping your future. Every great achievement in history came from someone who was willing to embrace discomfort. They didn't wait for things to get easy. They made things happen despite the discomfort. Every breakthrough, every success story is filled with moments of uncertainty and challenge. The key is that they didn't back down. They leaned in. So next time you feel discomfort, don't run from it. See it for what it is. An opportunity to grow, to learn, and to move towards something better. When you choose to face discomfort, you choose to step into a world of possibilities. It's not the absence of discomfort that leads to success. It's the willingness to face it head on. knowing that every uncomfortable moment is taking you closer to the person you're meant to be. Let's face the reality, life isn't meant to be easy. If you're waiting for everything to align perfectly before you take action, you're going to be waiting forever. Growth, success, and achievement require stepping into situations that feel uncomfortable. And guess what? That's exactly where the magic happens. The discomfort you feel when you're pushing yourself towards something new or challenging is not something to fear. In fact, you need to get used to it, embrace it. The more familiar you become with discomfort, the more resilient and capable you become. It's like building a muscle. The more you subject yourself to the discomfort of training, the stronger you get. The same applies to life. When you're constantly stepping outside your comfort zone, you train yourself to handle greater challenges and face them with confidence. Think about some of the most successful people in the world. None of them stayed in their comfort zones. They embraced discomfort, faced it head on, and pushed through it. They understood that growth doesn't happen while sitting on the sidelines, waiting for the perfect circumstances. Growth happens when you throw yourself into the fire, knowing you're going to come out stronger. But let's be real, it's not easy to welcome discomfort. It's easy to avoid it. It's easy to take the safe route. But the truth is, the more you avoid discomfort, the more you limit yourself. You limit your potential. You limit your opportunities. You limit your ability to grow into the person you were meant to be. To get used to discomfort, you have to start seeing it as a necessary part of your journey. It's no longer something to avoid, but something to welcome. Every time you feel that uncomfortable feeling, remind yourself, this is where growth happens. This is where change occurs. This is where I become stronger, wiser, and more capable. The key is not just to face discomfort, but to lean into it. Embrace the challenges. See them as opportunities to expand, to become better. The more you expose yourself to discomfort, the less power it holds over you. And the less power discomfort has, the more power you have to achieve whatever you want in life. So the next time you feel that uneasy sensation in the pit of your stomach, or that fear rising up inside you, don't turn away. Lean in, take a deep breath, know that you're growing, and get used to it. Because the more you make discomfort your ally, the more unstoppable you become.